Gen V finale was crazy, so I'm just gonna jump straight into it. I was right about Kate and Sam gonna go do their little version of the Brotherhood by unleashing everybody in the woods and pretty much declaring war on any non-soup. So pretty much every human that they run into, they plan on killing because they are superior. Now, on the other side of that are Marie, Jordan, and Emma, who are the guardians of Godalkin, which are basically like the X-Men archetypes, where they pretty much don't want to kill the humans, but they also don't want to kill their friends either. So trying to stop them without necessarily hurting or killing their friends. So after all the patients or the experimentees get released from the woods, Ashley and the rest of the Vault crew call Marie and pretty much anybody else on the rankings list that got you, offer them a spot in the 7 if they can take out the rogue soups. While all of that is going on, Sam is having morality issues and his conscience is showing up pretty much as his brother, trying to tell him that he's not doing the right thing and that he needs to stop Kate pretty much immediately. That goes horrible, and he asks Kate to pretty much turn off his conscience by making him, not feel anything, which isn't good. A sociopathic Sam is very, very dangerous. Now, we do get a lot of interesting moments with Marie using her powers in ways she hasn't used them before. After her meeting with Victoria Newman, she was able to kind of tap into her ability to sense people with their blood. When they end up linking up with Kate on campus, she ends up making Translucent's son attack Marie while Andre goes to try to stop Kate himself. And because she can't see him, she does try some new techniques, like I said, the one she learned from Victoria Newman, and she does end up finding him and stops him, relatively easily without hurting or killing him. Marie, thinking about all the times that she's used her powers, like practicing, even though it's only been her blood that she's used, she saw the dead bodies that were on the lawn and used their blood to create these like blood knives, and bam, like it was perfect. Really, really good execution of us seeing her use her powers in new ways and her pretty much discovering how to use them in new ways. So I'm very curious to see how her character and her powers will develop in the future. Oh yeah, real quick, Andre does show up. He was at the hospital or at Vault Tower with his dad after he had a seizure on TV. Come to find out that the more they use their powers, the more brain damage it causes. There's micro tears in the brain every time they use their powers. But Andre, trying to, I guess, redeem himself, he stops the helicopter from crashing, and then when Sam attacks him, he ends up putting himself down for a little while by tasing Sam with a baton, while also tasing himself, because as you can see, he's getting choked. After Marie saves Jordan and kills the Nightcrawler guy, Jordan and her are having like a moment of like celebration in which Kate is coming in to grab Jordan, and Marie, just out of reaction, explodes Kate's hand. Marie's reaction is the best part about this, because once again, as I just said with the blood knives, she's discovering she can do this stuff for the first time herself. So her being shocked that she can do this is just pretty much how the audience felt, which was perfect. And you would think with Kate being down that pretty much the biggest threat on campus would be eliminated, but Homelander shows up. And I love how they had him land in front of his statue. And my favorite part about this is how the music was kind of like out of tune because he's not an actual superhero. It was perfect. Very well done. He kind of gives one of his condescending, little speeches or conversations to Marie, asking her what kind of animal is she, which I felt some kind of way about, but we'll get into that some other time. The point is that she's attacking her own kind, meaning soups, and he lasers the hell out of Marie. Normally, this would be a kill shot for pretty much anybody else in The Boys, but somehow Marie survived. She wakes up in a hospital, or at least in a hospital bed, with the rest of the crew, with Andre, Emma, and Jordan in this room that has no windows or no doors. But Emma does have a smoothie for some reason, so I'm assuming that they're not necessarily, being tortured or experimented on, at least heavily at this point, since they're still catering to their wants and needs with the smoothie. So clearly this leads into the next season of The Boys. And also, more so confirmed, this leads into the next season of The Boys. Butcher showing up in the woods to try to find out what's going on with the virus and I guess everything else that just happened at Gotti, because it was a shit show. So, excellent season at Amazon Prime. Excellent job to Kripke and everybody else involved. Amazing job. Sony Pictures, y'all did amazing with this too. The production level, of course, as always, was amazing. Cannot wait for the next season of The Boys, and then, of course, the next season of Gen V, sophomore years.